Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Online Coding League. This is the World Finals. We are starting with day one. We've got about 9 more minutes worth of practice for Group A before these guys head into their qualifying. What will happen tonight is we'll have two groups of, well, supposedly 20 drivers in each group. They'll qualify, and at the end of that, they'll be split into 4 groups. And then tonight, at the end of the qualifying sessions, we'll have 2 heats. Group A versus B, Group C versus D, and then we'll end off the night there. And we'll start tomorrow with a bunch of heats again until all of the groups have raced against each other. And then we'll have a last chance qualifier on Monday, a pre-final and a final to crown our world champion in OKL. Before we get into the actual qualifying, let's just quickly have a look at the track we'll be racing at. It is Silverstone in the UK. Have a quick look at this masterful track. Brand new, it's not even been raced on in real life, but we've made it in the sim. Let's get going. Turn 1, 2, 3, very fast corner, hard braking zone into 3. Let's go through 4, 5. It's pretty much flat out through there, even though it doesn't look like it. Another hard braking zone into 7. And we'll go uphill, long uphill towards 8. That's also a passing opportunity. Then 9, 10, the twisties, and then into the first and second 180s, 12 and 13. Downhill into the final corner, and then we'll go into the start-finish straight. This track only has about 4.8 meters of elevation. A very, very awesome track, and I'm so excited to get going on here. Alright, there we go. Let's have a quick look at the drivers in the server at the moment. Alphonse Kiwi, Zach Turner, James Kell, Kai Newman, Lucas Bonhomme, Clemenkes, William Marshall, Riyad Yousfi, Paul Benedicts, Alvin Palmquist, Mansloof, Martin Ristad, Oscar Oberg, Sebastian Venkov, Braith Murdoch, and Tony Orby. Only 16 carts on track at the moment. And pretty much everybody is running Kart Republic. It is actually quite crazy. There's at least a South African driver, Tony Orby, with Angry Racing in an OTK chassis. And then behind him, Kai Newman, also running OTK, so at least there's somebody else. Oh, Orby getting it wrong there. Then another one of the OTKs in the Allen kart. That's Riyad Yousfi. Yeah, he's one of the Kart Republics, the brand new Kart Republics we've just released about a week ago. Alvin Palmquist. Then Paul Benedicts with the Prema kart, also Kart Republic chassis. James Kell, same Prema. Another Zach Turner in a Prema as well. Martin Ristad. Alphonse Kiwi, who has just been signed yesterday by War Motorsports, one of the big teams out of South Africa. Alphonse, of course, the 2023 world champion. And he's running the OTK with the war livery on it. Oops, and then Ristad is going down the inside and they clipped each other there. Sebastian Venkov, Angry Esports. Another South African in the mix. Mansloof. He is running the Switchback Esports kart. And then just before we get into everything, just a big shout out to Move Simulators. Thank you so much for your sponsorship in our event this year. Move Simulators will be making or giving the world champion a custom rim for their wheel, whichever base they have on. They'll put an adapter on it and they'll be able to race with one of the Move Simulators. These guys make some of the best motion sims in the world, so super excited to have them on board, and we'll show you probably tomorrow what that wheel will look like. And then also Sema Racing for getting on board with OKL as well. That is a team out of Namibia in Africa. And then of course Against All Odds Esports, the guys that run OKL. They'll also be handing out, as per usual, the world champion will get a 1-year membership from OKL. Second place will probably get 6 months again, and third place will get 3 months. And then another thing we haven't announced yet, so I'll announce it on the stream. Before we get into qualifying, we will be running a Black Friday special, which is this Friday, and we'll be having 50% discounts on the 6 and 1 year memberships at OKL. That's a huge saving. If you want to get involved, wait for Friday and grab those memberships. How have these guys qualified? Well, they had the last 3 weeks since the 1st of November. They've had what we call ranked racing. They've had to race as much as they possibly could and earn themselves points or lose points. And by the end of these 3 weeks, which was Friday last week, the top 40 was announced. And the top of that order was Alphonse Kiwi, who's currently leading the practice session as well. So 3 minutes to go in practice before we get into our first 10-minute quali. And then we'll jump off the server onto the next and get into the next qualifying session. Super excited to see what these guys can do. Brand new track at Silverstone karting. What a nice facility we've got going here, and I've driven on it. Of course, as part of the build, I got to test it. It was really a nice track. Which karts are we running? I forgot to mention that. The X30 Juniors. These guys are running the X30 Juniors made by OKL on the MG tires, I believe. They've got the options of running a Prime or an option tire. I believe the Prime is the softer of the two, which will give you a lot of bite in the beginning of your stint, but it will fall off at the end. So if you go with the option, you might have a little bit of tire grip issues in the beginning of your session, but by the end of the race you'll probably get some good heat out of those tires and start coming back into it. I probably won't use it in the heats if I'm honest, because there's only 10 laps in the heats, or 9 laps in total. They'll have a start, it will show 10 laps in the sim, but they'll have one formation lap and then get going. So 9 lap heats is what we have on the board, so the races will be fast. Riyad Yusfi, currently, where is he placed? 9th on the board. That is the last couple minutes of our quali session, or practice session rather, and we're going to get going with hopefully some epic racing. Whoops, Guy Newman getting it sideways there. These curbs are very grippy on the exit of the corners and will unsettle that kart. You don't want to be driving on them too much. Riyad driving across the track there, got it a bit wrong. I think they just told all the drivers to go park. It seems like the guys are slowing down. Are they slowing down? No, they are still going. Martin Richtad. Don't have Martin's helmet. That's unfortunate. I don't even know this kart. Oh, Martin flips it and lands it. Oh, he would have a very sore neck tomorrow. Oh, it's the Carly kart. Martin coming back on track there. Everybody should be going into quali now. Well, I guess we'll just keep a quick eye on what's happening in the admin chat. Alright, here we go. The quali is going to start. Who's going to be the first one out? All these guys, everybody's going to just go onto the track as quickly as possible. Just want to make sure all the sound is coming through fine on the stream. Please feel free to use the chat box. I will be reading the chat as much as possible. Owen Palmquist first on track. He's going to be the first one to start his lap, so we'll stay with him. He's going to try and weave and get some heat in those tires. What an awesome facility. Brand new Silverstone karting track. I don't even think it's been raced on in real life yet, but we've got it in the sim, and hopefully it's going to be some epic racing on this track. These guys have raced on Swartkops and Christianstad as part of their ranked racing, and now something new was released yesterday. Here we go, Owen Palmquist. Palmquist going through the first couple corners. It seems fairly stable. Throwing that kart into the left-hander. Running wide nicely there. Staying within the track limits, I think. Should be fairly flat out through that section. Hard braking zone. Throwing that kart into and running as wide as possible. Palmquist tucking uphill. Trying to maximize his aero there. Efficiency. Going through the twisties, the second twisties on the track, and then into the 180s we go. First 180 done. Palmquist seems like he's gone fairly decent. Look at that kart jack on the rear there as he slams the brakes into the last corner. Out of that last, no, this is the last corner now. Flat out. Now he's going to try and build as much as momentum on the exit. What does his lap time look like? A 58.499. Who's next on a track? Klemenkies. Coming across the line. Lap invalidated. Zach Turner crosses the line. Zach Turner 57.3. Wow, what a lap there. Richard half a second off the pace. Oberg 6/10. Benedict's half a second. Newman off the pace there as well. Zach Turner, advantage Zach Turner. Here comes Tony Orby now, the South African driver driving for Angry Esports. Tony Orby crosses the line. 2.6 seconds off the pace. No heat in those tires at all. Here's a whole bunch of bumping, trying to get there. Lucas Bonhomme will be in P2 now. Alphonse Kiwi smashes that P1 lap time. He's 2.5 tenths on to the lead now. The 23 world champ. I wonder if Alex O'Grady is going to grace us with his presence in the second qualifying group. Riyad Yusfi. Where's his lap at the moment? He is currently in P nothing. No, he's in P6. Sorry about that. Here comes Sebastian Venkov. No, he's already on the board. James Kells now moved him to P1. Oh, I see Zach Turner and James is dragging each other along. They're just swapping positions. That's good teamwork from them. I think they're both British drivers. Richtad and Oberg working together. It seems like it. Benedicts and Newman working together as well. Tony Orby crosses the line now. No improvement there. 2.9 of the pace. Here comes Lucas Bonhomme. 2.5 off the pace. William Marshall. Still no valid lap from William Marshall. Braith Murdoch and William Marshall just driving into each other. Not realizing there's something happening there. No idea what Marshall's doing. Riyad Yusfi, where's his lap times getting him at the moment? He has improved. He's in P5, 4 tenths of the pace. Alphonse Kiwi leading the way. No, he's not. He's in second. What's that? 10 milliseconds off the pace. So he's close, but not close enough as of yet. James Kell leading the way. The newly signed War Motorsports esports driver, Alphonse Kiwi. Mansloof is currently in P8. Sebastian Venkov still struggling, 1.1 off the pace. We've gone halfway through this qualifying session. That is insane how quickly that's gone by. Palmquist. Let's see. The Kart Republic is looking like it's performing nicely. James Kell currently, where is he going? He's in the middle part of the track now. Alphonse Kiwi still not. I see he just crossed the line there to start finish, but he hasn't improved. Who's going to take top honors? Remember, this qualifying is mega important because you have to get a good quali in. Oops, somebody's just joined. So you have to get a good quali in because this is going to be your placement for the heats. So good quali means you'll have good position in all the heats. You don't want to be starting on the back foot every single heat. James Kelly has not moved the bar yet, or raised the bar. Lucas Bonhomme, a 10th off the pace still. Tony Orby is still 2.3 off. Here comes William Marshall. Has he finally managed to get a lap on the board? He has, in fact, not. Braith Murdoch, 1.1 off the pace. Alphonse Kiwi goes into pole position, 2 tenths. In the lead now. Alphonse Kiwi for All Motorsports has moved himself up into P1. 56.863. We'll have to keep an eye on that when we get into the next heat or the next qualifying group and see who takes top honors there. Guy Newman is in P4 now, to also just over 2 tenths off the lead. Where is Venkov? Venkov, 1.3 of the pace. His setup doesn't seem to be dialed in yet, unfortunately. Klemenkis is currently in 3rd place, 2 tenths off. So really good stuff there from Klim. Let's see as he crosses the line. Does he improve on his lap time? 2 tenths off the lead. He does, in fact, half a tenth now. So 1.5 tenths gained towards Alphonse Kiwi, who's still leading the charge. Alvin Palmquist is currently in... Oh, he's further back. 1.3, 14th place. Not a good outing so far. Guy Newman is in 4th place. Let's see when he crosses the line. What does it look like for him? Newman. No, he does not. Oh, Zach Turner is now only 20 milliseconds off the lead. So Zach Turner has gone into P2 now. Really good work by all these drivers. They are getting closer. Oh, Olberg's going to have to replace that nose cone before the end of the qualifying. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This is our qualifying Group A. And then we'll have our second group start directly after this. We'll join that session and then get going. As soon as all the admins load in. And then we'll see where we are at. 1 minute, 2 minutes to go. Braith Murdoch and Tony Orby on track fighting each other. Murdoch goes down the inside. Tony Orby is not going to fight that too much. Doesn't really want to fight it. It's qualifying. Get behind somebody that's faster and see if you can learn something during this qualifying session. Murdoch pulling away from Orby there, so he's not really getting... Let's keep it... Oh, Murdoch made a bit of a mistake there. Pulled off to the side. Oh, there's chaos. What's happening here? Everybody's backing off now for some reason. Seems like everybody wants to sit behind each other to get a tow. William Marshall, Oscar Oberg. Alphonse Kiwi. What is Marshall doing? Get out of the way. There we go. Marshall pulling over to the side. He's going to tuck in behind Oberg. Oberg doesn't really want to pull him along. Everybody's not... Well, everybody's trying to get a tow. Because the tow is going to be mega on this track. There's some long straights going. Right, let's see. Alphonse Kiwi crosses the line. He does not improve, but he's going to start his final lap. So let's follow him for what should be his final lap of the qualifier. Keep an eye on those times on our left-hand side of the screen. Who's doing what? William Marshall has packed his bags into the wall there. And that will be the end of his qualifying. Right, we're going to go into the final sector now for Alphonse Kiwi. War Motorsports. Let's see what he does. Into the final corner we go. Throw that thing to the left. See that kart grip, and now he's going to maximize. Try and get a toe there. Tuck that kart. Tuck that head behind the steering wheel. Does he improve? No, he does not. But did he make it in time for one more lap? No, I don't think so. James Gill and Zach Turner, they've been working together all qualifying. Let's see when they cross the line. Did any of them get something going? None of them improved on their lap. Martin Richter crosses the line. He does improve but stays in the same place. Lucas Bonhomme is in 4th place. James Kell 5th. Who else? Here comes Hunziker. Thierry Hunziker. He's got a second off the lead there. Everybody else, I think, is done on track. Well, that should be the end of qualifying. Alphonse Kiwi taking pole. Zach Turner second. And I think it was Oscar Oberg there. And that is qualifying done and dusted. We'll quickly change to the new session. waiting for the server to load in and we can get going with the next. Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna get into the next qualifying session. This is Group B. We're gonna wait for the admins to kick it over. Valentin Saliti is currently in P1 for the practice session. Ben Lee, Lucas Frieden, Anton Carlander was second in the open qualifiers. Julius Carlson, Oscar Polsberg, Elias Beatty, Jack Pullen, Leo Larson, Elliot Rukel-Zimpfer. And then Julius Carlson shows on the server twice for some reason. How on earth did he manage to do that? I'm assuming what he did is he disconnected with a different card. Yeah, not ideal. Okay, but it should kick his name out when we go into the actual quali. Okay, that's unfortunate. Alright, mistake on his part. He joined with the incorrect one. Alright, but there we go. And then the last one, Nils Lagerstrom. And guys, I really do apologize if I butcher all of your names. I'll try my best not to, but feel free to send me a message and get me to pronounce it right for the next races. Alright, we're waiting for the qualifying to start. I think we're waiting on all the admins just to get on and we can get going. It seems like Alex O'Grady has not graced us with his presence for the qualifying. That is very unfortunate, and that means he will not be racing in the Worlds to defend his title. It makes me quite sad, to be honest. Would have been great to have Alex O'Grady in here. Right, Ben Lee, Jack Pullen, LSBT with the OTK, Valentin Saliti running the Kart Republic with the dark livery there, the black Kart Republic. I love that one, looks really good. Elliot Rukel Zimpfer, another Kart Republic driver. Lagerstrom with the Switchback Esports. Anton Carlander, who is the other Swedish driver that joined the War Motorsports, or the War Motorsports Esports team, War Racing Esports. Carlander was the second ranked driver at the end of our rank system, so we should probably see his lap times to be pretty much at the top there, really. We'll see once we get into quali. Leo Larson, another Switchback Esports driver. And Jack Pullen with the OTK. I really like the new OTKs. I didn't like it when they released it initially, but it's grown on me. I think with the right style livery, it doesn't look too bad. I'm not a big fan of it on that OTK, the Tony Kart rather, but it looks cool on all the others. Okay, no, I think the wrong button was pressed there by the admins. As we wait for our practice session to start, our qualifying. Sorry, I was just reading offline here with the admin saying 1 second before they go into quali. I think they're just reviewing something quickly. Hopefully we get going soon because I'm excited for this qualifying session. And then we will also be having some really good racing, hopefully. Oscar Paulsberg and Anton Collin are on track together. I think they're going to just get some grip into this surface, or a little bit more grip onto the surface. Man, these new Kart Republics look amazing. Really, really love these not the liveries, the plastics on these karts. They look really nice. No one in the session's running the KG, which is also another one I really like this year. To be fair, I actually like all of them. This OTK by that Bullen's running looks really cool. Looks really nice. Right, before we get into quali, let's give a shout out to our sponsors once again. The first session I forgot to mention, AK Designs, that's Alphonse Kiwi Designs, he's one of the sponsors. He has graciously sponsored his services on making all of these liveries for the OKL Worlds and all the new teams that has joined. So thank you, Alphonse, for spending so much of your time on the designing front, getting all these liveries up and running for these guys to really showcase what their team's all about. And then Move Simulators, these guys really make the best high-end simulators, full motion setups around. They are a South African based company. Please go check out their site, Move Simulators. Really, really good stuff from them. And then also Sima Racing, team out there in Namibia, getting on board and helping us make this possible. And also I would like to give a shout out to who would have been my commentator Carl Lawrence, who's traveling abroad this time with some of the local talent in South Africa for karting around the world. So he will definitely be missed this time around in the world commentary booth. So I will be doing everything solo this year, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. Hopefully you guys get entertained with some really good racing, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. We're waiting on the next qualifying group to start. Just waiting on the admins to let us know what's happening so we can get going. Alright, there we go. They're going to move into the quali session now. And shout out to Jake Fluid for being banned from the OKL Awards. We will definitely miss your spirit this time around, dude. But unfortunately the rules had to be applied for so many drivers. We've lost a whole host of even big names in the world, in the karting world, for not adhering to the rules in the OKL Worlds ranked qualifiers, and that's very unfortunate because we will really miss these guys. And even the junior champion of last year, Deacon, who is not going to make it this time around. So yeah, pity not to see these boys, but hopefully they'll all support in the chat and we can enjoy some good racing. Oscar Paulsberg, I think, is the first one on track. No, he's the last. Been talking so much I didn't really see who's going out where. I think, well, we'll follow Oscar and see if he's the first one to do his lap. Forsberg going uphill now towards the hairpin. Slam the brakes. You see that tire jack up on the rear. Get going, get in there. Forsberg going through the twisties, the second twisties of this track into the first 180s. Forsberg seems like his momentum is looking okay. Doesn't seem too quick. Maybe he's only setting up his lap now. And Forsberg's got a bit of a lag spike there, so we've immediately just moved over. Forsberg did a 57.7. What was the pole position? 56 on the other session. 54, 57.4 there by BT. Here comes Anton Carlander for War Motorsports. Crosses the line. Half a tenth off the lead. Julius Coulson in, he's a second off the pace there, and Jack Pullen just behind him as well. Leo Larson, second off the pace. So, ooh, Lagerström doesn't. He went all kinds of sideways there. That's not ideal. Rukel Zimpfer and Saliti not having. Well, Saliti is half a second off the pace. Ben Lee has not managed to get a lap on the board. Here comes Forsberg. He will be the first one to get his actual hard lap in now. A tenth off the lead. It's the first lap's generally just your banker lap, right? Just to get those tires heated up. LSBT leading the way. Does he improve on this lap? He does not. Anton Carlander crosses the line into P1 now. 57.1. Coulson just 9 milliseconds or 9 1,000ths off the lead. Jack Pullen half a second. So Jack Pullen's just been sitting there, not getting his lap time in as of yet. Lucas Fred and his helmet's looking really snazzy. Oh, Saliti going off the track. They're lifting his hand just to say sorry about that. He would have maybe caused a little bit of havoc there for the driver passing him at the moment, but should be okay. Ben Lee, 2/10 off the lead. Forsberg is now only a tenth off the pace. So Forsberg is starting to ramp up the pace. He's getting closer. Let's see what Rukel Zimpfer is doing. And Jack Pullen's fallen off there. He's maybe just lifting to... Oh, no. Rukel Zimpfer not getting a good exit. Ben Lee going to pits and coming back out again. Lagerström 2.2 seconds off the pace there. Valentin Saliti, nope, 6/10 off. Forsberg will be the next one to cross the line. He's driving on his own completely, which is great. For him at least. Oh, he's not going to get a lap in if he's driving there. That would be track limits. Yeah. Anton Carlander has raised the bar just a little bit, because he's a tenth off or ahead now of everybody else. Carlander really ramping up the pace there for War Motorsports. Here comes Coulson. He's now, well, he's improved a little bit. Still in P2 though. Leo Larson crossing the line. Switchback Esports 1.4 of the pace. Lucas Freden just over 6.5 tenths. Pullen crosses the line. Nope, he remains where he is. Saliti as well. Lagerström going to pits, coming out. Zimpfer has now... Well, he's in P9, 8/10 off the lead. Forsberg once again. We've got 11 drivers. Forsberg is a tenth off of the lead still. LSBT, oh, he's not going to get his lap time counting. If he's driving there, no, he does not. Here comes Carlander. He doesn't move the ball again. Coulson just behind him. Ooh, these two are really working together. They are all mates, all Swedish drivers, I believe. Lucas Freden has not improved that lap. 3 minutes to go of this qualifying before we're going to see our first two races. And now only 2 races for the night. Jack Pullen, where is he at? 7th place, 4/10 of the lead. It is really close up front here though. Let's just quickly see if I can find pole position. No, I can't remember what the pole position lap was, but the admins will probably post that in a minute. 2 minutes, or 3 minutes to go, just a little bit less than 3 minutes to go. Jack Pullen into the 180s. Let's see what he does when he crosses the line. Does he improve this time around on his lap? He's in 7th place. Jack Pullen crossing the line now. Does he improve? 4/10 off the lead. No, he remains in the same spot. Valentin Saliti, same story for him. Ben Lee still in 4th, just below 2/10. Rukul Zimfer is almost at the tail end of this qualifying group. Paulsberg will cross the line now. Let's see what does he do. Paulsberg crosses the line and he remains in 4th place. Here comes Nils Lagerström. Does he improve on his lap? He is at the back, 2.2 of the pace. He hasn't found any lap time yet. Nope, this time around, still struggling for pace. LSBT crosses the line. No. Carlson doesn't improve. Anton Carlander doesn't improve. Leo Larsen, he does improve, but he remains in 10th place. Lucas Freden is currently in 8th place still. So the top 8 is separated by half a second, so they are really close up front. Really good to see though. But these guys are not finding any more pace out there. Ooh, Oscar Paulsberg is... No, Bentley was in 4th, he's still in 4th. Getting so excited there for nothing. Rukul Zimfer crosses the line and he remains in 8th place. Paulsberg crosses the line once again and does not improve this time around. This is the only driver that's quite far out of the pace, off the pace at the moment. Niels Lagerström is not finding his lap time. Let's see what he does. Does he cross the line in a better time? No, he does not. That's unfortunate there. Niels Lagerström, Anton Carlander. Actually, the 206 of Leo Larsen crosses the line. He remains where he is. Jack Pullen remains in 7th place. We'll start their final lap now. Valentin Saliti, still same story. Ben Lee. These guys are not finding time out there. What's going on? Rukul Zimfer crosses the line and does not improve, starting his final lap. Oscar Paulsberg will start his final lap and not improve on this one. Let's see, will he be able to pull something off? Last lap wonders. I think Niels Lagerström will be the last one to start one more lap. Let's see as he crosses the line. He doesn't improve, but he's got one more lap to do something. Anton Carlander will be the first to finish qualifying. Carlander remains, no improvement on that lap. Carlson doesn't improve. BT is in 5th place, 3/10 of the lead. Oh, Jack Pullen sending one hard down the inside of Leo Larsen. Not how we want to finish qualifying. None of them will improve, that's for sure. Here comes Valentin Saliti. Let's see, does he improve on his final lap? He does not. Bentley takes pole position in this qualifier. He takes it away from Anton Carlander on the line. Rukul Zimfer did not improve. Niels Lagerström will be the last one to finish. But he seems like he's just cruising out there. Ben Lee with an absolute belt of a lap there. Takes pole position in Group B qualifying. Now where does that rank him for the start of all his heats? Well, the overall qualifying will be announced shortly because we... Let's see if I can just quickly save this qualifying. Just before everything kicks over because the guys had an issue with the qualifying not saving their results. So quickly just sorted that out so they don't run into the same problem. Sean Lepshire coming in clutch. Okay, guys, we're going to wait a couple minutes for the admins to quickly sort out the qualifying results. And then we're going to have our first race. It will be Group A versus Group B. We will probably be back in the next couple minutes. I mean, we can sit here. You guys can entertain me in the chat, and I can hopefully keep you entertained. If not, go grab a popcorn, go grab some cool drink. If you're old enough, go grab a beer, because we are going to get entertained by some epic racing tonight. We've got 2 heats on offer tonight. Group A versus B, Group C versus D, and then we will lock in the heats, the rest of the heats tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we'll have the last chance qualifier. Well, the top 18 from the heats will go directly to the pre-final, and that will be their starting positions in the pre-final. And then the next 6 guys from the last chance qualifier will start from P19 and backwards. So we'll have 24 guys in the final, or the pre-final rather. And then from the final, that would be your qualifying heat, which will then set your final starting positions. So a lot to play for, all to play for really. We should hopefully get entertained with some good racing. Let's have a quick look at what this track looks like. Silverstone Karting Grand Prix circuit. Turn 1 and 2 is going to be interesting with karts going side by side in the first heat. But I am very excited for this. Hard braking zone down into 7, then uphill. You're going to go into a hard hairpin into 8. And then it's very quick through 9, 10 and 11. And then into the first 180 is probably another passing opportunity if you get it through there. 12 and 13 and then 14 another braking zone, but you don't want to be throwing it down the inside there because that's a long straight all the way to the top. 4.86 meters worth of elevation. Alright, we see Larkinson saying he's got FFB issues, force feedback problems. That's very unfortunate. Hopefully you get it sorted for the final. Right, we'll keep an eye on the qualifying positions. While we wait, we can just sit here and do a flyby of the track. Ooh, I pressed the button there by accident. There we go. We'll just do a little bit of a flyby, just have a look at these karts. Beautiful looking kart republics. Nice little drone cam. Guy Newman, I don't think I have your helmet. I mean, I downloaded it, but it doesn't seem like I've got... Excuse me. It loaded. Hopefully I'll just restart quickly. And then we'll check if it is correct. Got some supporters on the track. Some people not even keen to watch the racing, they're just busy with meetings in the boardroom there while we wait for the qualifiers to get going or the positions to be finalized. Let's quickly just have a look at these outstanding helmets. Just make sure I've got it loaded. I think I should have all the helmets now. Hopefully it's all good. We'll keep an eye on it. What do you mean my mic is very low? Just double check the sound, please, guys. My mic should be fine. My sound should be coming through. Testing sound 1, 2. Alphonse, turn up your sound. Just doing another sound check. Everything coming through, guys. Another sound check there, everybody. Just confirming. Apologies for the sound issues then. Just doing a sound check there once again. Testing sound 1, 2. Okay, I just tested the sound on my side, and it came through on my phone loud and clear. So I'm a bit confused, but we can bump it up a bit. Doing another test 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Hopefully it all comes through for the race. The race will be happening very soon. These guys are just going through the final results of the quali. Yeah, okay, cool. It could just be the intermission side has a music going over while we wait, so it could be that, guys. Silverstone karting track. Guys, how does the track drive? Are you guys enjoying yourself on it? A big shout out to all the supporters on the side of the track coming out to watch the OKL World Finals. There's people out there, but all I can say is this waiter is going to walk quite far to. Wait, oh, the food's probably they'll probably get it from there. And this person walking through there. Let's have a look. Which section? What a nice facility. Leak all the Easter eggs, why don't I? I mean, we can probably show you guys. I have to look for them myself. Just the FYI. Let's do that. Let's see if we can find some Easter eggs while we wait for the the admins to finalize the results of quali, and then we can get going into our first race. Okay, there's nothing there. No Easter eggs there. Nice little bus. I think we're running through the track limits. There's nothing in there. No Easter egg there. Guys, unfortunately, I can't help you guys on Discord. I am doing commentary tonight. Please reach out to the admins available for the league stuff and the races. I am not able to help with that, unfortunately. Yes, Easter egg. Found one. Found one. There's one of the Easter eggs, guys. Leaking it live on stream. Where's the rest of them? That's the question. Nothing on there. Amazing facility, eh? Really like this. That's definitely our admin Max Tad's car. Alright, cool. Let's see what's happening in the admin channel. So far, I've only found one of the Easter eggs. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Just having a quick look at something. If OKL made tracks and mods for free, it would greatly increase the popularity of KRP. Yeah, that is maybe true, but at the same time, we can't pay bills with thank yous. Just remember that, guys. Hey, we should be going with the race soon, I hope. It does seem like they just had an issue starting up the next race server, but we're likely to get that going in the next minute or two. Okay, cool. I can see they have posted the groups. So hopefully the server gets booted up in the next minute. Alphonse Kiwi seems to have taken pole position with Zach Turner second place. So Zach, well, Alphonse will be the leader of Group A. Zach will be the leader of Group B. So that would be the front row. Then Ben Lee is in third position in qualifying. I'm not sure how they've done the split here. Apologies for the delay here, guys. Let's get going in the next minute, hopefully, because I'm very keen to get going with with the actual first race. Okay, cool. Let's say the server's up. Let's have a quick look. Yes, the server is online. I will be joining and we will get going with the heats. Mega. Waiting on all the drivers to join the server, and then we get going with our first hit, guys. Exciting times. We are going to have our first official race in the OKL Worlds. Let's get cracking. As we wait for all the drivers to join in, we have a 10 lap. There's no... Hold on, let's check something quickly. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Oh, the admins, one of the admins joined as a driver, I see. Bit confused as to the results tab. Just quickly close that down and then update, because it seems like a bit of an issue. Now just practicing, we'll get into the race in a minute. Something weird just happened with our timing sheet. We'll keep an eye on it. If not, we'll have to use the default one from the in-game scenario. Not ideal, but it will have to do if it's working. Okay, cool. I'm all good. I'm waiting for the admins to get us going. It's gonna start in the next minute. Hopefully, they just going through something there, sorting it out. But there's still a bunch of guys missing, so I'm just curious where they are so we can get going. Alright guys, who do you think is going to win this one? Waiting on all the drivers. LSBT Alfonski, Anton Carlin, Sebastian Venkov, Rihad Yusfi, Mansloof, Elliot Ruckel, Zimfer, Lucas Bonhomme. Who else is on the server? We're still waiting on a couple guys, yeah, I think. But we need to get going. We can't wait for them forever. Oscar Paulsberg is joined as a spectator for some reason. We are just waiting on the admins to get the drivers in the server and we can get going. Alright, I think they sorted out the results. We should be getting going now, I think. And then all the people that didn't set quality laps were removed. And now we are good to go. Let's see, I think there's a couple guys being added now. Yeah, there's the missing gentleman is starting to join. We can get going. Yeah. And there's also a bunch of people that joined that wasn't supposed to be in there. Alright, very long delay unfortunately, sorry about that guys. We should be able to get going in the next couple minutes. And we can be hopefully entertained by some epic racing. Hopefully my timing sheets stops bugging out. Slightly annoying if I'm honest. Alright, we should be going. We should get going. We're just gonna let the guy, one guy quickly set a lap and then. But for some reason my timing sheet is not working. I don't understand. I quickly need to reconnect. Interesting enough, my overlay doesn't want to work for the timing. Oh no, it is working actually. Great. Should be good to go. We're going to wait for the drivers to go to grid. They are going to have to manually swap. Max Tad, our race director, will swap them as they drive or start the formation lap. And we're going to get going. This is the first race of the OKL Worlds. 12 carts on grid in this group. Zach Turner, Lucas Bonhomme, Mans Loof, Sebastian Benkov, Alphonse Kiwi, Anton Carlander, Lucas Freden, Riyad Yusfi, Oscar Polsberg, Elliot Rukel Zimfer, James Gill, and Elis Beatty. Jeez, the camera was shaking there with some of the drivers. There we go. Alright, cool. All is well. We're going to get going with our first official race as we wait. I think Alphonse Kiwi is on pole position. Let me quickly read out the starting grid. Alphonse Kiwi in P1, Zach Turner, then James Kell, Anton Carlander, Lucas Bonhomme, Oscar Polsberg, Riyad Yusfi, Ellis Beatty, Lucas Freden, Mans Loof, Alvin Palmquist, Elliot Rukel Zimfer, Sebastian Venkov, and Tony will be at the back. That should be the full grid. They're quickly lining up, and then they're going to get going. Alright, guys, who do we think is going to take the first race? The first race is upon us. Exciting times, OKL Worlds. This is heat number 1, A versus B. You do not want to be brake checking each other, guys. Just wait, remember it is single file in the formation lap. They'll have no heat in these tires. Wow, it takes forever. Let's go, guys! Let's get these guys running so we can start racing. This is gonna be the slowest formation lap in the history of formation laps. 11 carts on track. Sebastian Venkov, the last one. Oh, Tony Orby's missing. Orby is missing in this heat. There the guys go. They are going to get their formation lap up and running. It took them forever to get into the correct spots, but here we go. The grid editing function didn't work this time around. It is what it is. We're going to get racing. We've gone with the old faithful, swapping them manually. Everybody, this is it. This is the start of the World Final. Alphonse Kiwi will be starting in pole position. They should be driving in single file, not double file. Get these tires heated up. They have about half a lap remaining. Then they will slow down and do the rolling start procedure. Alphonse Kiwi is already just cruising with everybody behind him. I don't think he cares about the heat in the tires. He's just going to get going. Alright, we are now at our bunch-up point, the second last corners, exit of the 180s. Alphonse will slow down. We're going to go into double file now. Everybody's going to line into their grid slots. P1 and 2, Zach Turner, both Kart Republics. War Motorsports and Prema racing next to each other. They have pretty much just swapped positions, War and Prema. 1, 2, 3, 4, that is the top 4 guys. Into trim lines we go. This is the start of our first heat. Everybody seems to be behaving in the trim lines. It seems fairly straightforward. Slow and steady. Here we go. Oh, there's a big nudge from behind. Oh, that seemed to be a false start. Are they going to have another formation lap? Or did the race director let that one go? It seems like they've gone with a go. Green light. Okay, we are racing. Zach Turner's got into P1. Got a big nudge from behind, but everybody is still facing forward. It seems like it's Zach Turner, Anton Collin. Oscar Paulsberg has moved himself up into P3. Alphonse Kiwi has fallen down from P1 to P4. Wasn't a legit start in my opinion, but I'm not the race director, so we'll get going. Everybody seems to go in one direction. That's great. Oh, big love tap there. Zach Turner slow on the brakes there. And Carlander hit the back of him. Alphonse Kiwi up into P3 now. Carlander's lost 2 positions that time around. Down the inside goes James Kell on Carlander. Carlander's losing 2 more. No, he's holding back there. Oh, big dive down the inside on Kell from Carlander. Carlander has lost more positions with that dive bomb. Kiwi moved himself up into P2, but the fight is behind him. Carlander has lost a plenty on this. He's in 7th place now, from P4 I think to 7th. Not a great start by Carlander. James Kell has lost a couple positions on the start as well. Riyad Yusfi's moved up into P5. Lucas Bonhomme. Oh, Yusfi down the inside. No, it is not. Side by side through the twisties. Oh, the carts are bouncing over the twisties there. Kell down the inside of Yusfi. Carlander's trying to get involved here. Carlander going to push Yusfi down the inside. He's going to send a 2-for-1 special there. Excuse me. Carlander and Kell just sent it past Yusfi. He's falling down the order now. Carlander's doing a fight back. Ooh. LSBT and Frieden fighting in the back there. Pushing each other off the track. Kel and Colin are still side by side. Hard racing by these drivers in the Czech Republic chassis at the moment. War Motorsports versus Prema Racing. That is what we're seeing. Lucas Bonhomme on his own. Let's see what it looks like up front. Zach Turner has now got Alphonse Kiwi all over the back of him. Zach Turner, Alphonse Kiwi, there we go, down the inside he goes. Swapping positions, that was very clean racing by both the front runners here. Alphonse Kiwi turning up the pace, sending it down the inside of Turner, moving himself into P1. Turner doesn't want to let go of that yet. He's getting involved, he's tucking in behind him. Kiwi does seem like he's got a lot of pull out of the corners there. Hard on the brakes. P1, Alphonse Kiwi, Zach Turner in P2, so they're pretty much where they started off. Oscar Paulsberg has gotten a really good start in this race. He's now into P3. What's happening behind them? Carland and Kel still fighting. Really good driving though. Some hard racing. Let's see what it looks like further down the order. LSBT, Riyad Yusfi still fighting. They were side by side quite a lot in... Ooh, LSBT seems like he's got some lag issues there. Mansloof is behind. No, he's moved up past all of them for Switchback Esports. Carlander and James Kell still. Oh, James Kell has been turned around. I wonder if that was Carlander and Kell clipping each other through the corners. They have been side by side for most of the race so far. Let's see what it looks like up front. Alphonse Kiwi, Zach Turner still leading the way. They are still in the same order. The gap has increased just a little bit for Alphonse Kiwi. Getting the grip now. Cart's starting to line and fall in place for him now. Alphonse Kiwi setting the pace up front. He's pulling away actually from Zach Turner. Oscar Paulsberg in third. Then Anton Carlander has gone through. He's past Bonhomme and Mansloof just behind him. Mansloof with Switchback Esports kart. Really good looking Swedish kart here. Whole lot of Swedish drivers actually in the OKL Worlds. Mansloof getting involved. Let's see. He's all over the back of Lucas Bonhomme. Oh, send it down the inside. A little bit of a love tap on the rear there. Loof getting past Bonhomme. Wow, that's a great section and a great shot. Oh, Kel and Frieden touching again. Kel's been involved in so much action tonight. Then at the back we've got Elliot Rugel Zimfer and then Sebastian Venko for Angry Sports. Just occupying the back at the moment. We're lap 6 of 10, done and dusted. Really, this heat has had a lot in it already. Alphonse Kiwi and Zach Turner pulling away from the field. Actually, Alphonse Kiwi is pulling away from everybody else. Zach Turner is in second place, 1.2 of the pace. Then Oscar Paulsberg, 2.3 of the lead. Anton Carlander is pulling away from Mansloof and Lucas Bonhomme fighting on track. That's great racing from these guys. Both Czech Republics, one with Switchback Esports, another one is the Czech Republic, the black livery, the dark livery of the KR chassis. Whoops, Lucas Bonhomme saving the groundsman some time on cutting the grass because he sorted that out for him. These are very expensive lawnmowers, that's for sure. James Kell now on his own LSBT. Lucas Frieden and Riyad Yusfi still having a battle. Frieden's been on the receiving end of a lot of exchanges on track. Not ideal. LSBT he seems to be having lag issues because he is Alice bouncing at the moment. Oh, down the inside he goes. Lucas Frieden picking up the pace. Kiwi leading the charge. 2 seconds the lead now. Venkov. Ooh, the 5-9 was off the track. That is LSBT. Alphonse Kiwi leading the way. He's broken away from his pack. He's having none of this. Didn't have a great start, unfortunately, but he's breaking away. He caught up to the back of these guys and just caught them, dispatched of them very quickly and broke away to take 2 more laps to go. But to take the first victory of the OKL World Final Heats. Zach Turner. Leading the charge. not leading a charge. He's currently in second, but he's got Oscar Paulsberg catching him, actually. It's now within a second of Turner, and then Anton Carlander for War Motorsports, the second of the War Motorsport drivers, is currently in P4. Had not a great exchange in the beginning of the race, and he's worked his way back up into P4. 2 laps to go. Let's see, Manslouf, Lucas Bonhomme, they're still stuck together. These two have been fighting actually for quite a while now, so it's great to see. Manslouf going on the defense. This is just the heats, yes. This is just the heats. There should be 24 carts on the final, so it's just heats. This is Group A versus B. Manslouf defending Lucas Bonhomme. Good defense, really. Alright, let's see. Mans going on the defense for the start of the final lap. Oh, he doesn't have the straight line speed. Oh, no. Lucas Bonhomme just sent it down the inside. Cheers, thank you for that. He's given him the position, actually. Interesting. Let's see what's happening. Here's Alphonse. Let's see if... No, there's been no give him the pin place back. Alphonse Kiwi will... Oh, we know who's going to win this. Who's going to take P2 and P3? Because look at this. Zach Turner has lost some grounds to Oscar Paulsberg. Paulsberg getting involved. Here comes Paulsberg. Paulsberg on the outside. Zach Turner's defending this. Oh, Paulsberg's going to do the cutback. Ooh, is Turner going to get in the way? No, he's not. He's got it. Does he have it? The victory goes to Alphonse Kiwi, but it's dragged to the line. Zach Turner, Oscar Paulsberg goes. Oh, Zach Turner takes that. Across the line, P2. Wow, that was a good finish to this first of the heats. Well done to Paulsberg and Turner. That's really good driving. Well done. Alright, we're going to have a quick interview with these drivers. What a great race that was. Alphonse Kiwi taking the victory. Zach Turner in P2. Oscar Paulsberg in a P3. Anton Carlander comeback. Nice comeback drive in P4. Lucas Bonhomme 5th. Manslouf in 6th place. Lucas Vrede in 7th. Riyad Yusfi in 8th. James Kell in 9th. Elliot Rukel Zimfer 10th place. Sebastian Venkov in 11th. And LSPT at the back in P12. Alright, let's see if we can get some interviews going here quickly. Okay, we are joined in the commentary booth here by Oscar Paulsberg. Oscar, a bit of a chaotic start to that race. It seemed like the race would have been restart. Bit of a chaotic start on the outside. Tell us your view of that start and how your race went. Oh, I should probably give you the role to speak. Hey, give me 1 second. Okay, see if you can unmute yourself. There we go. Oscar, the floor is yours. I hope you could hear me. Oscar, can you hear us? Can you speak? Stage fright, maybe. Right, let's see if we can get Zach to maybe share some words here. Hey, Zach, is your mic working?
Hello.
There we go. Wow, crazy finish to the race there. Very close between yourself and Oscar at the end, but it seemed like a bit of a chaotic start. You were were you on the outside? It seemed to be a bit of a love tap on the back, and then you got a very good start away there.
Ooh. Yeah, it was pretty good to be fair. Good start, and then I messed up towards the end, and then yeah, that was about it.
Very close drag to the line there, right? Between yourself and Oscar. Yeah. It seemed fairly straightforward. How have you been enjoying that race? How have you been enjoying the Worlds so far? It was only the first race, I suppose.
Yeah, I thought it was good to be fair. It's good fun. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we'll see you tomorrow for the next heats. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully you have some strong finishes just like tonight. Cheers.
Yeah, hopefully. Right, cheers.
Alphonse, quickly from your side. Chaotic start, you fell back a bit. Just tell us your view of that start. It did to me seem like a bit of a dodgy start on the outside, but you made it a really good comeback.
Yeah, I was like waiting for like green text on the top, and I read the rules like that the start would go when the green disappears, whatever. Anyways, I'm happy I survived the start. The outside row got a really good start somehow, but it all played out pretty well anyways.
Yeah, congratulations on taking the first victory. We'll see you tomorrow for the next heats, and good luck.
Yes, thank you.
Alright, we've got Oscar back in here. Oscar, is your mic working now?
Yep.
Yes, alright, cool. Bit of a chaotic start, but you got by, seemed like fairly unscathed, and then you had a good battle there at the end with Zach, a drag to the line. How did that race go for you?
I think the race went pretty well. I made a little mistake and went into Anton in the first lap, so I apologize to him for driving into him.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I settled for P3, but I saw I was catching Zach Turner for P2, and then I started pushing. And then I catched up to him on the final lap, but I couldn't overtake him.
Yeah, unlucky. Well, it was a drag to the line, and you missed out by, I think it was a couple of milliseconds. So, congratulations, P3. That's good points in the bag after your first heat. We'll see you back tomorrow for some more racing, and then hopefully you make it into the final.
Yes, thank you.
Alright, good luck. Thank you. Alright, late. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first race done and dusted. We'll quickly jump into the next server, and then we are gonna go have some proper fun with the next race. Just give us 1 minute. Right, busy loading in. Ready to rock and roll as soon as the survey is loading us in, and we can get going with our last race of the evening. Yeah, just like to say apologies for the delays there. Unfortunately, some minor technical issues. That should hopefully all be ironed out for tomorrow, and we should be able to run a smooth and tight ship tomorrow, I believe. Right, 14 carts will be racing in this one. So a little bit of a fuller grid, most of the Kart Republics. As you can see, there's one CRG, one 2 ATKs. Let's see what these guys can do for us. Ribbon forced cockpit, okay, cool. Anyways, most of these drivers should be racing in cockpit view, so we should be good. Go! Last minute or two before we get into the actual start of this race. Just Paul Benedict's busy loading in. Hopefully he doesn't have too much problems getting through to load in, and we can get going immediately. Hmm. 14 carts. Only driver missing is Paul Benedict's. And then again, this OKL Worlds is proudly brought to you by Move Simulators, AK Designs, and Sema Racing. These guys have gotten on board with sponsorships, and hopefully we can send, oopsie, there's a car just popped up, send the winner of the OKL Worlds a very, very nice steering wheel. Oh, Bentley's cart just got flipped over, there we go. Interesting. Sebastian Grondel-Eels on track this time around. I think he didn't post a quali lap. Bentley, Kai Newman. I don't have Kai Newman's suit. Fredrik Wald. He's running the Settler racing cart. Jack Pullen. Clem Mankies. Martin Richtad. Leo Larsen. Let's get going. Oscar Oberg and Niels Lagerström were waiting. Alright, so I think they're just giving them a second to sink in. 14 carts. Let's get going. Paul Benedict's on track with his Prema Racing cart. Yeah, they're just giving the last driver a second to sink in, and we can get going. 14 cards for Heat versus C versus D. Good opportunity to score some good points. And we've gone into the final. Now we're going to allow all the drivers to go to grid and we can get going with this race. Oh, the grid editing works. The admins are quickly shuffling the grid into correct order. As you can see here where it says grid edit, we will see in a moment who starts where. We can get going. Okay, waiting on the admin to sort out the grid and we can get going. Sorry about that. Just helping the admins quickly. Lawson. Yeah, Oscar. See if it's changed. Alright, great. Anything doesn't seem like it's working. We'll just get going without it. Whatever. We tried. Alright, guys, are you ready for this? The world final, the second heat of tonight, the final heat of the night, rather. Group C versus D. We are waiting for the cards to quickly swap out their positions and we can get going. The grid editing unfortunately didn't work. It's Paul Benedict, where's... Right, just waiting on the cards to reshuffle themselves quickly and then we're going to get going. We've got 13 cards that's made it to the grid. It seems like Paul Benedict's got a disqualification, so Valentin Saliti, Kai Newman, Oscar Oberg, Clemenkis, Braith Murdoch, Leo Larson, Frederick Wald, Ben Lee, Martin Richnut, Jack Bullen, Julius Colson, Sebastian Gronel-Hills, and Nils Lagerstrom is all on the track. Leo Larson throwing it a bit sideways there, unfortunately. Let's see what they got. Oh no, there's a restart. Come on, guys, all go through grid so we can get racing. Okay, all the cards are on grid. We're gonna get going. Hi, Newman. He's hurrying up everything possible. He's ready to get going. Valentin Saliti. As well, Ben Lee will be the one taking us to pole position. Then Klemenkis in P2. Followed by Kai Newman in P3. Then Julius Carlson. We've got Braith Murdoch coming into P5. Then Valentin Saliti. Jack Pullen away into P7, I think. Then Paul Benedicts. Who's next? Oscar Oberg. Unfortunately, a bit of a manual, but he had to change the grid. But that's okay. Hopefully next time we get it working. Martin Richtad. Martin's the only one on the KG body kit, I believe. Makes me happy, at least it's not only KRs on track. Frederik Wald and Sebastian Grondel-Eels will be at the back of the field, I believe. They line up in the correct order now. Now we're going to get going with our formation lap. Right, Ben Lee will take us, we'll start the formation lap now as we're going to get into our rolling start. Right, Ben Lee, Klemenkis, that is our front, or the front row. Ben Lee and Klemenkis, Kart Republics, Prema and a Kart Republic, then followed by the OTK of Kai Newman. Another Kart Republic in the form of Switchback Esports, Julius Carlson, Braith Murdoch, Valentin Saliti, Jack Pullen, Paul Benedict, Oscar Oberg, Martin Richtad, Leo Larsen, Niels Lagerström, Frederik Wald, Sebastian Grondel-Eels, and we're going to go back to the start. Let's see. Alright, this is the rolling start. These guys have lined up very quickly now. They're going to cruise at 30 to 40 kph, kilometers an hour. I have no idea what that is in miles per hour, but it's slow. As you can see, they are crawling along the tram lines. We are lining up, getting involved now, soon. We're waiting on the lights out. And that's the start of the race. Ben Lee Klemenkis getting a great start on the outside. Kai Newman bumping Lee on the inside, getting him, moving him up forward. Oh, Kai Newman moving himself up into P2, pushing Menkis out of the way. It is an exchange of side pods on the back end or the middle of the pack here. Newman and Klemenkis moving up here, fighting. Nope, they are now tucking in. Oh, Frederik Wald getting it sideways, catching that cart. That's nice control there. Murdoch and Carlson side by side on the exit of our second hard braking zone rather. Menkis, Murdoch. Oh, Murdoch slamming the brakes, getting it sideways. Everybody is gonna have to avoid that. It seems like they have managed to get out of the way there. Wow, that's chaotic. But oh, no, all carts are almost facing forward. Nope, Murdoch is struggling with his brakes there. Does not have enough heat in those brakes, and he's just getting it all kinds of wrong. Paul Benedict's gonna go down the inside of Murdoch there. Still sideways, the heat in those tires not up to temperature. Murdoch is struggling for grip out there. Side by side now. We're going to go 4 wide into turn 1. Are we? No, 3 wide. They almost behaved through there. Oops, that's a big love tap between Larsen and Oberg. Grondel-Eels want to get through there. Switchback Esports all over the field at the moment. All the Swedish drivers. Let's see what's happening up front as we go through the grid. Ben Lee, Kai Newman, and then Klemenkis. Kai Newman, Klemenkis fighting on track. Not really fighting, they are trying to catch on to the back of Ben Lee. Ben Lee's got all the pace up front. Carlson and Saliti just behind him. The second chasing pack. First chasing, oh, we see Larsen there sideways, facing the wrong way at the back there. Here we go, Klemenkis and Kai Newman getting it out of the last corner. What does their pace look like? Klemenkis seems like he's much faster than Kai Newman. He's going to go down the inside into turn 1. Side by side we go. Yes, no, Newman backing out of that. Realizing that he's already lost the corner. There's no reason to fight. Now look at that, Klemenkis pointing his hand forward, telling Kai Newman, don't fight me, let's move. I've got the pace. Ben Lee's ahead of us, but he's not out of reach. They need to work together. They shouldn't be fighting on track. Klemenkis, Kai Newman, and Bentley ahead of them. Will they be able to catch him? Different. It seems like we're running different sprockets here. Mankey seems like he's got the speed on the top end, but Newman did get a better pull out of that last hairpin. Maybe it's just momentum through the corner. Look at them climb over the curbs through the twisties now. Silverstone karting track is really putting on a good show. Mankey's got much better pace out of this last sector. Let's see what he's got. Yeah, look at that. He's pulling away from Newman out of the last corner immediately. So much better pace there by Mankey's. Mankey's now going to try and catch onto the back of Bentley. Will he be able to? That's the question. He's got half of the race done. He's got 5 laps to catch Lee to get himself the maximum points out of this first heat, pending any possible incident reviews. Julius Carlson in P4 now. Valentin Saliti P5. Oh, Jack Pullen, as we go to him, he's playing Tokyo Drift. You don't want to be doing too much of that on these tires. Martin Richtad is in P7. Then Frederick Wall. We've got Murdoch trying to fight back through the field. He's had a really horrible first half of this race. He's going to have to do a lot to catch onto the back of the guys up in front, because he went sideways 4 times in the first lap. Not ideal for him. Paul Benedict's behind him. Oscar Oberg. Sebastian Gronel-Yils. Niels Lagerstrom. Leo Lawson. We join him again. He's sideways once again. Bentley leading the way. Mankey's just behind him. 8 tenths off the lead. Kai Newman sitting behind Mankey's. He's now closer to him than what he was the previous lap. So Kai Newman has now started settling into this race. Maybe he's running the different tires. There's a difference in performance between the Prime and the Option. The Prime will give you, I believe, much more bite in the beginning of the race, closer to the tail, and depending on how long the race is, the Option will come into play. So I wonder if the boys are running different tires. We can't see it from here. They're a bit too far out. Ben Lee is not pulling away from them. In actual fact, here comes Klemenkis and Kai Newman. Now we've got a 3-way battle up front. Let's see what's happening as we go out of the second 180s towards the final hairpin into the last corner. Throw that cart in. Get onto the gas as soon as you possibly can. Run that cart wide. No, Bentley's got a better exit. Kai Newman is all over the back of Mankey's. Mankey's has caught Bentley down the straight. Wow, they've got different gears down, or different ratios down the straight, because Bentley is now under threat from Klemenkis. Klemenkis has got Kai Newman getting involved there. Bentley's lost the lead. He had a horrible exit out of that previous corner. Here we go. Klemenkis into P1 now. Kai Newman's getting all over the back of Ben Lee. Mankey's Lee, Newman. That's a 3-way battle. Who's going to take top honors? Lee had a phenomenal start to this race. Klemenkis got back into it and he's taking the lead now. 7 laps of, well, lap 7 of 10 done and well, halfway done and dusted. Into the 180s we go. Excuse me. Oh, down inside goes Ben Lee. Klemenkis losing 2 positions there. Kai Newman pouncing on that. He's having none of it. Boop, Kai Newman into P2 now. Ben Lee's back into P1. We've swapped the lead. Here comes Klemenkis down the inside. He's got, as we saw earlier, much better pull down the straight. Nope, not this time around. Kai Newman's all over the back of Ben Lee now. Klemenkis now has to settle back into P3. Lap 8 of 10. Couple more laps to go. This is a really good battle. It's much better than Heat 1. That's for sure. We've got a good battle up front. Actually, there's a lot of battles happening on track, but this is the one where it's at. This is the podium. This is the top 3 positions on track. Well, not podium per se, but it's maximum points in this heat. C versus D. Ben Lee, Kai Newman, Klemenkis. Here we go. Into the second twisties on this awesome Silverstone circuit. Running wide, there's Bentley. He's going to go to the defensive route. Yes, he is. That will compromise his exit. Kai Newman just giving a bit of a love tap on the rear there, letting him know he's there and he's keen to race. Newman, Bentley, Klemenkis, who's got the better pull out of this corner? Bentley's got a much better pull. But look at that top end there from Kai Newman. He's going to set it down inside into turn 1. Yes, he does. There we go. Kai Newman going into P1 now. Now he's back onto the lead. Oh, Bentley got clipped on the rear there. It seemed like he got a horrible exit and he just got sent. Klemenkis, Kai Newman, where is Bentley on track? Did he manage to recover? He's in P4 at the moment, so not ideal for him, but he can still potentially get something out of this. Klemenkis, Kai Newman, here we go. Now it's a 2-man battle. Kart Republic, OTK. Kai Neiman is repping the OTK at the moment because he's the only one in the top of the top runners running a different kart. Well, Martin Ristad has got a KG body kit, so he's got running a CRG just behind him. Maggie's just pointing ahead of him. Let's work together. Well, they don't have to work together. There are only two drivers on track. They are breaking away from the field. Who's going to take... Oh, Kai Neiman's run wide. That will probably give him a time penalty as he's gone off the track. Oh, wow. Look at all the time penalties. If we look at the timing sheets, this is our last lap. Did my timing stop working? Yeah, it seems like the timing broke, but this is the last lap. Klemenki's down the inside of Kai Neiman. Oh, cutback there. Kai Neiman should be racing for Switchback Esports because that was a perfect cutback. Newman's going back into the lead. He's going to go on the defensive into the next hard braking zone. Klemenki's all over the back of him. Who's going to take top honors for this final heat of the night? Oh, clipped on the rear there. Kai Neiman caught his kart though. Wow. Some good driving there by Kai Neiman. He caught control. His next level. Down the inside. Nope. Kai Neiman's got the defensive line sorted. This is a race to the finish. Here we go. Klemenki's cut back and he's got it. He took it to the line. Klemenki's Kai Neiman. Martin Richtad will be in P3 and Ben Lee centered. He's in P4 there. So the timing sheet's all broken on my side. For some reason, which is glitched out. Yeah, our timing broke. Unfortunately there. Okay, cool. We'll get our final interviews for the night. Some good racing overall, I think. I think it was some really good racing. I really enjoyed that. Gonna put us in a good position for the 4 heats coming tomorrow. So the top 3 will be... I think it's like that. Let's give them all the role to speak. Yeah, I'm joined in the commentary booth by Ben Lee. Ben, really good start by you. Broke away from the fields early, and then you were caught by Kai Newman and Klemenki's. Unfortunately, seemed to be a little bit of exchange between you two out of the exit of turn 1. But you still managed to catch that kart and finish in P3. Overall, I know there's probably emotions running high of that incident, but how do you feel your race went up until that point at least?
I think it went pretty well. I got a good gap at the start, but made a few mistakes. It happens. I started defending from Kai, and then Kai went in at turn 1, and me and Klim just came together, and I crashed.
Yeah, unfortunately, but you managed to spin that kart the right way. It seems like Martin Richter had some time penalties. I think you finished behind him on track, but on the timing it said you were in P3. What do you think of the track? How's it driving? You enjoying it?
Yeah, I think the track's really good. Well, it's got good elevation, good corners. So yeah, I'm happy with the track.
Seems really fun. Well, good luck for the rest of your heats tomorrow. We'll see you back for that. Hopefully everything runs a little bit quicker and we won't have such delays. But yeah, good racing overall. Was really entertaining. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right. Who finished that race? It was Kai. Kai will be the next one to be dragged in. Why is my Discord? There we go. Hey, Kai. P2 for you. Seemed like a very, very busy race for you. Good start. And you know, the top three, you guys had a couple good laps with each other. How did that race pan out for you?
Yeah, it was all right for me, to be honest, because I don't really think I was on the pace in practice in qualifying. So yeah, it's not too bad. I ate that last corner. Just can't seem to get it right.
Yeah, it seems like your exit out of that last corner is not as good as Klim Mankis and Ben Lee. Both of them seem to have been pulling away from you out of the exit there. But then throughout the rest of the track, you seem to be sitting on top of them. But it was really good. Well done, P2 for you. That's good points in the bag for your first race. And yeah, good luck for the heats tomorrow.
Cheers, thank you.
All right, we've got Clemenkis in our commentary booth. Hello, congratulations on that P1 from your side. Unfortunately, it seems to be a little bit of contact between yourself and Ben Lee, but your pace was really good. Talk us through your race.
It was a good race. I think we worked together with us three to the front and make a gap to P4. And then fight it out in the last few laps. I think that was very interesting and very pleasure to watch. It was really close, and yeah, I'm really happy that I'm on pace because I started 30 minutes before the sessions because yesterday I hadn't time. So yeah, pretty happy with the P1. Yes.
Yeah, well done. Hopefully, there's not penalties coming your way. But yeah, good stuff. Unfortunately, sometimes you know we do touch each other on track if we're racing so close. But it was really nice to commentate on, and congratulations on that P1. And hopefully, you have some really good heats tomorrow.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow for the next.
Yep.
All right, that's it from my side, everybody. Thank you so much. Apologies for the delays to get these heats up and running, but that's the first night done and dusted. We will hopefully have a lot more efficient admin side for the next races because the heats will all be preset, so it should be quite quick to jump in and out of the service. We'll see you, everybody, tomorrow night. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll hopefully entertain you with some more epic racing. Goodbye.